Hello, lovers. It is me, Angie, from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring us messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and of the planetary aspects surrounding us. I also use the lessons of the Sabian symbols divined 100 years ago that always show up somehow in the reading. We have an Aquarius stellium, which when you look at my notes, they're attached in the description box there. Air energy is purple in my notes. So even if you don't read anything, you can get a general look at the colors to tell if we have a lot of earth, air, fire, or water energies. And on the split, part of my notes was about numbers that are the same but different. So I've got 2 6s here. So this one's a 24 and that one's a 33. Today is our sixth path of the lovers, the path to freedom. And yesterday and today, I keep getting, every time I catch the clock, which I don't look at the clock often. I don't even wear a watch. I rarely do. And I rarely have my phone even anywhere nearby. So what this means here is that mirroring energy, like overcoming obstacles of differences, okay, seeing other perspectives, other points of view. We also finally have the planet Uranus moving direct today, finally, and that has been sitting at 27 degrees, 27 minutes for days on end, and we're finally moving forward. 27 would be a 99. So perhaps 99 problems, but stagnation ain't one anymore. Let's go ahead and see where we go here for today's reading. All right. So my song this morning was Give Me Reasons. All I had was Give Me Reasons, and I could hear the chorus-ish, but I could only hear those first three words of the singer, and it was familiar, but I finally figured out it was Joji's Dancing in the Dark. Give me reasons why we should be complete. You should be with him. I can't compete. You looked at me like I was someone else. Oh, well, can't you see? I don't want to slow dance in the dark. So maybe you have felt in the dark, you feel something's coming, but you don't know what, and it's given us some anxiety here. Could be. The other song I got as I was writing about the Sabian symbols, we do have two lovebirds sitting on a fence. I did do a reading about that. I'll try to remember to attach in the description box. Okay. Give me reasons why we should be complete. So someone ain't happy about it here. And that is crossed by if you have made an adjacent possibility or you're making a different or alternative decisions, maybe somebody ain't very happy about it. 26 Number 26 could be involved, or 24. So in essence, we have an 86. Give me reasons why we should be complete. An 86 in the restaurant industry means that 86 the chicken, it's no longer available. We are out. So I don't know whether this reading is for someone who has left, someone in the dark, maybe 86 speaking to them anymore, or maybe this is 86ing stagnation, thoughts here with all of this purple energy. Now, Mercury, the planet of communication, is about rising above emotionality completely. Okay. And that is in order to attain a higher spiritual wisdom, to understand it. A butterfly with the right wing more perfect than the other side. So even though a butterfly's wings are completely symmetrical and even, this is a reading about seeing and maybe appreciating the differences, or maybe coming out of stagnancy and finally really appreciating those differences, or seeing something from another perspective here, adjacent possibilities. The second song was, I only heard, Is Your Cup Half Full or Empty? And there's something about in the quiet in that song. I can't quite remember, but it's Don't Hide, Come Out and Play. Both of my songs today were 2018 from 2018, and that is an 11. 211 songs would in essence be two people that are master intuitives, and then the master number 22 is a master builder. So perhaps building a new type of relationship, maybe that is no longer hostile. So maybe something's coming back around. If lovebirds were sitting on the fence, especially with shock and surprise of Uranus there, going direct in the symbol of a mature woman awakens or is reawakened by romance. So, okay. We've also got our mutable moon in Virgo energy, and that means nothing is set in stone. And it does encourage us to embrace uncomfortableness of it all, right? Embrace that in between feeling. Okay, Moon and Virgos. We're gonna grab our one of my oh wow, okay, one of my Earth decks here. So these hostilities, 5 of Wands, Leo energy. We're coming out of the Leo full moon. So the cards before the cut here, yeah, stagnation perhaps over jealousy, strife, and competition that ended in a broken heart here. And certainly with 3 swords plus another would be the 4 of healing. So maybe hostile energies are simmering down here a little bit. 7 of Pentacles. Is it really worth the fighting? Is it really worth the heartbreak, especially if it's something mental or verbal communication? Here, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so whatever you are evaluating here to see if your cup is half full or empty, is the juice worth the squeeze there on the 7 of Pentacles? Have the seeds we've planted come to fruition? Has it been worth it? Well, she says, I promise you it's worth it. I know it's not perfect, but I promise you it's worth it. Okay, don't hide away. Wheel of Fortune energy, divine timing being activated finally with whatever seed you've planted. 6 months ago, I believe it was July 24th, was the new moon in Leo. So this could be coming out now with that full moon highlighting what seeds we've been planted. The month of February is a month of the High Priestess. And I did have 22s, 66, 88, 99 on top of the 11, 22, and 33. I also woke up at 1:46 a.m. and there was ASO Tarot. If you have not checked her out, she's amazing. It was her pick a pile read. I won't tell you which pile it was because I don't want to give it away. I want you to use your own intuition there to pick whatever you think would resonate for you. But at 1:46 a.m., I was woken up and she just said they have no right to come into your world when they're this much a mess. So that might be coming through here today. Maybe if it was hidden or secret, the universe is now, especially with the surprise of Uranus moving forward, perhaps, yeah, here is the ending. Here's the completion cycle, the most powerful card in the deck, and 8 cups of energy. Once we walk away from dissatisfaction or emotional dissatisfaction, maybe that was kept a secret. Maybe you've been feeling like your cup is empty or half full. Okay, I don't know what that is, but maybe this is moving from half full, from empty into half full as we walk towards that 9th cup of wish fulfillment. But whatever is stagnant, whatever cycle of stagnancy is closing out here, it is definitely very, very healing, possibly for a past life soul tie here. This can be many different people. This is certainly somebody that you know that you've spent many a dinner with, communicating, and maybe this is the mountain that is being overcome right now, that hostility energy. 26 and 8 with that Leo energy of strength. Okay, let's see where we go here with the reading. Great angels and guides, ancestors of the highest white light, known and unknown, who love us all unconditionally and are helping us navigate our pathways toward our best and highest good and our highest vibrational timeline with our healing hearts, as we are learning to love ourselves first so that we receive the love we are giving ourselves in return. We do have Mars, the action planet, at 9 Aquarius, which is a flag turned into an eagle. And that is about that, loosely based on the Gandhi quote, becoming the change we want to see in the world. All right. Adjacent possibilities, maybe even coming out of hiding. Hermit. Speaking of being in hiding. Okay. This is like the 9th lesson. Of course, the 10s, we incorporate or set down the burden or release and let go so we can recycle Brian McKnight and start back at 1. So you are completing a cycle here, possibly feeling like it's a big dark world out there, and because I don't know, I can't dance in the dark. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It's felt a little safer to dance by yourself in the dark, perhaps. But this is coming out of a dark night. Okay, yeah. Coming out of the stagnation of the mental prison, swords. Okay, the 8 of swords, no one can get us out of but our own selves. I know, but I will be getting advice for all signs about whatever stagnation you're trying to come out of here. So this course can be different for everyone. I'm not going to know what everybody's particular mental prison is, but this is the cave energy here. The cave we fear to enter actually holds the treasure you seek. This wisdom gained here. So perhaps whatever we've been rebuffing against, okay, whatever possibility we may not have wanted to see, could have even been our mind was set on what we thought about a person or certain situation, and we may be coming out of that and seeing something from that different perspective there, especially in relation to a 6 energy, 6 of cups, or the lovers of the 6. And we've got Archangel Shamuel. I just had a client today and was talking about the 3rd chakra of following our own joy. Our joy is going to then lead us into action, another 8. And where does that door lead? To the 7, the spiritual energy of door to personal healing and happiness, this peace. And I also talked to her about a rainbow. So if you're watching here today, consider this perhaps too. Now you're part of my energy. Once I read for you once, guys, you are part of my collective. So know that you're going to be, is it Prego or Heinz? It's in there. You're in there. You're in there like swimwear. Okay. Now, with this 9th sword, this daily stress of overthinking our journey here, or our hermit energy in this cave of fear, and the opportunity here is to put something down. What can we set? What sword can we set down here? What, especially if it is hostile towards our mind, towards our mental state, because the sun's energy is all about practicing happiness. Yellow solar plexus chakra as a spiritual principle, raising our vibration. I'm not sure what we've been carrying the most here. Let's look at the bottom of the deck to get our pairing energies that are driving. Okay, so we have the Empress of the day here. And then because today's date adds up to a 15, okay, our thoughts, our pattern thinking, Daddy Saddy is trying to teach us the lesson of that pattern. We can either recycle back through it, or we can end the stagnation and end that mental prison. 2011, tell me what you were doing in the comments, what was happening for you in 2011. Notice that comes back into play with the mirroring numbers. They are the same, but different. Okay, 1 + 1 is a 2. 2 still equals 2. And that is the master builder. This is a chance for us to build something new, even if it's not perfect, even if the right side of the butterfly wing is more perfect than the other. Okay, they're still the same. It's still flying. Okay. And then we have Venus also is at 22 energy, that master builder, practicing kindness as a spiritual principle. All right, so whatever has been a brewing here for you in hermit mode, there's the 9 of Wands. That can be a pattern, or we can end it. We can take that Mars energy and sever that by becoming the change we want to see. Mars is at symbol 9 of Aquarius. Okay, the flag turning into an eagle. So this is patterned thinking here. And again, we can re-enter it all we want to, but it is a choice to stop that thinking. And maybe you feel like you've been towing the row. What's that saying? You've been towing the line. You've been carrying the load here all by yourself, and maybe it's made you pretty upset here, especially because we have that 8 energy of the yin and yang, okay, the 8 of the lemniscate or infinity loop, and that's when our loops are off. One side's going fast and wants to run, yin wants to run, and yang energy is stagnating. So it's still an 8, but one's a 1 and one's a 7. Okay, so take that into consideration here. All right, let me scooch these guys to the side and make sure we can still see them here. Okay, let's move on to recent past. 3 of Cups, reunion energy, celebrating with friends. But then present moment, whoever I'm reading for today, maybe you've been in a period of stagnation. Okay, after spending time with friends or a reunion with someone here. Wow. Okay, so the heart of our reading, yin yang balance. Okay, the beauty and the beast. They're each still lovers, but very different in their energy. One human, one beast. Near future, independence, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, I want to see what's driving those energies here on the bottom. 1, 2, 3. So this would be supporting 3 of Cups, this destined luck. Okay, Page of Cups, a message of love. Perhaps you received a message of love here from these friends or from this reunion you had with possibly a deep past high soulmate here of the lovers. Setting down the burden of the lover's journey. Not everybody decides to move forward on it. It is not a lot of fun. It's a lot of learning. If you feel like you have been on a lover's path, or especially with a dark night of the soul, a lover is tending to be the one who awakens our energy. That leads us to the spiritual awakening of the hermit. Okay. And again, it's our decision here to set down that 9th spot. Take that load you've been carrying too much, recycle it into a fresh new spark. So this could be the half full or empty. Don't hide, come out and play. So we can do that when we come out of hiding and come to play again in this lover's energy. And in the near future, 9 of Pentacles, and the pentacle here that's being delivered, stags are spiritual ancestors for me. Okay, this message, this 3D reward, money, time, energy, resources, assets, talents here. That puts us into the 10 of Pentacles. When we drop burdens that aren't ours, when we stop trying to do the most, and especially get out of our head about it, getting ourselves out of this mental prison, the reward is the end of stagnation of this mental energy. We put it down, it recycles to a new ace of potential. I ain't mad at this so far here. Hopefully this is the end of hostilities here. If there has been such in a lover's connection, that can tend to happen if we repeat the cycle in lieu of learn the lesson or what we were supposed to take away. That can be staying in the pain of something too. Okay. Let's look at the block. 7 of Wands would be putting up burdens, standing your ground, and making sure that you're pushing back on anything that is not in alignment with us. And in the blocked position, that means that boundaries were crossed here. And I don't know if you upset yourself. You're like, I knew I shouldn't have let him back in. This can be letting someone else back in when we have not yet healed ourselves. Okay. We're still in this mental prison energy. And if we repeat that cycle, then our yang energy is going to remain stagnant. It's going to stay the dark horse there. Okay, and it's going to not move. But when we help heal our own selves and heal the yin, learning to put up boundaries, for example, the yin has to learn the masculine energy, yang has to learn the surrender and feminine energy. All right, here, let's see what messages from spirit. Okay, because this 5 of Swords, which is kind of, you play childish games, you get childish prizes. This energy is way more serious. This is someone trying to win. And I don't know if that is for who I'm reading for here today, or this is what we are recovering from. I say if your boundaries were down, this can either be 5 of Swords gaslighting our own selves about where we should be on our journey, especially a lover's journey, and it's not. We're doing too much ourselves here. We are too much in this masculine energy. So you have this leadership supporting the 2 of Pentacles to balance out. But again, if we are cycling around with that 9 of Wands again in that mental prison, then we slow down what it is, that seed that we've planted here. So it's like I'm on the 9th step. I've yet to get to the 10 for it to be recycled and composted back into the earth energy. This is a very interesting read. Okay. Outcome, infinity loop, strength. Our 8 of where we started, and our 8 of one person moving slow, one person moving fast, or our own internal energy. The opportunity is the Emperor supporting the 2 of Pentacles. Stop juggling everything, especially juggling mental anguish here. I mean, she's got her head in her hands. This character just wanted to win and killed her husband, which is the brother. So karma came back around, that dark horse energy. She's a beast. They call her Karma. Okay, so maybe you felt like you got your heart ate out, and it didn't feel too great here. But again, it's always about, it's an ode to what do we need to heal. That trigger, that pain, that awakening is showing us and reminding our human selves of what our soul came here to heal, and how we are trying to move up on those hermit stairs of spiritual hierarchy, learning those lessons. I don't know if I've ever noticed there's a peacock here in the far off distance. That's where the rainbow ends. So Queen of Wands energy there, King of Wands, again, strength, our own balance drops these rays of sunshine our way. It's like the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow is confidence, peacocking, right? Starting our stuff here. All right. Let me see what's driving this bottom of the deck energy. Uh, Moving too fast here. So Tawanda energy, super creative, super, okay, let's go for it. In reverse, especially if we didn't have our boundaries up, that is definitely someone coming in this reunion energy, maybe only coming in, passing through, is that a better word, for a night, and not staying. You let your walls down. You let yourself here be comforted by someone perhaps who is not yet healed in their energy. It's like, but Ange, they were coming here. It's the red thread of destiny. It was a message of love. Well, the page can also be an apology. It could also be very naive energy in the environment coming in for that reunion. Someone who is possibly not healed, that's not going to end up staying for a while. And we let our guard down, and we got our karma creamed, right? We got kind of knocked into the heartbreak space again. But near future, the page graduates up to the pentacles, something tangible when we are in independent energy. Okay, what's driving? Wow, the dark horse is being driven by Wheel of Fortune. When we are in independent energy, we balance our yin and yang. Then and only then is divine timing activated. Outcome energy. Boy, oh boy, all these tens. It has taken you strength here for a 10 of swords. It's about letting something go, letting a wrong go, however you have felt wronged here. The opportunity is to stand in the empowerment of the emperor. Okay. Stop doing everything yourself, including trying to heal that other person. That is their job, and it is only ignited by your independence and you going on your own healing journey. I'm saying you as in yin, just to help clarify. But if we're in this mental prison, oh, we just can't get out of it. That's what I feel like the opportunity here with that emperor energy master builder is to build something new, building our independence, which is going to be a tangible reward. 10 of Pentacles. So including that would be all of our tens. We did not get the actual 10 of Pentacles. Okay. But in the near future, it's a if and then for me. I'm getting this as an if then. Okay. If we turn our own naiveness here, maybe this person is just hella hot and hard to resist, and we're like, damn it, did it again. And we're carrying the lover's burden all on your own, or only the yin has been taking action. The action has to be on the healing, on the understanding of what was this lesson. Now, in particular, this story here, is it Sedna? Sedna sank to the bottom of the ocean. She was betrayed by her own father. There was a storm. She got thrown out of the boat, and instead of father energy, emperor energy here helping her back up to save her, he cut her fingers off, and she sank to the depths. Those 10 fingers then, I believe, turned into walruses or seals of the ocean. We see the seal coming up in the Five of Cups in the Mermaid Tarot. Also, seal, where else am I thinking of a Selkie seal? If it comes to me, I'll let you know. But the Ten of Swords, once we release the pain of something, we have to have the strength to balance our own energy. Because remember, in the Two of Pentacles, there's a thwomp. One is slow, one is fast. One is slow, one is fast. They're not balanced. We're not yet into the double numbers that are the same, even though they're different. We're focusing on the differences here, or we're trying to enforce someone else's growth without managing our own. Okay, that can be some codependency energy, because if we're trying to help or make the other person change that so ourselves can feel better, that doesn't activate divine timing, because that defeats the purpose. This is about releasing and letting go of the wrongdoing, letting go of the story. I wrote freedom from the script. Allowing higher forces to shape our lives is what Chiron, the healer, finally moved into the next symbol. We were at 23 degrees, some 22 degrees, some on minutes forever at symbol 23. And now we are at the cornucopia energy, which is all about allowing higher forces to shape our lives. And in that Sabian symbol, the man is lifting up a window. The net curtain blows in, and it creates the shape of a cornucopia. So it's letting you know better times are right around the corner. But the outcome energy is regarding us taming our own inner beast, regarding, yes, it was definitely something unfair, not right, very painful. But in the Ten of Swords, that is not an automatic reset. This is, we can hold on to a Ten of Swords, guys, for our whole entire lives. So whether we want to carry that burden, I mean, carrying that burden, I joke, because the first time I saw this card, I'm like, she's got to, not only does she got to go to the store and buy the wine, she's got to carry the babies and stomp the damn grapes herself. Yeah, this is healing that is ourselves, our own balance. This is not expecting happiness to come to us from the outside. The sacral chakra is about finding our joy so that our energy can balance, and we then bring about new opportunities for this lover's energy to come in. If we are vibrating in a frequency of pain that is not in balance, then we're going to continue to attract painful situations, because that's what the magnetized energy is coming towards. Someone in pain is going to bring things that are more painful. And I've got betrayal here big time, twice. Wrestling our own inner beast, whatever is hiding in the subconscious. And if we truly do want this lover's energy to come through, we can't until we surrender. Okay, the emperor without the empress. The empress is surrender. That's what's missing here. And the emperor becomes a crabby SOB. That's the way I read the energy when the empress is not in the spread at all, yin or yang. So if you're carrying all the weight, what is the weight that you're mentally carrying here? What is the cave you fear to enter? And why are we convincing ourselves here that we're too afraid to enter it. I mean, this definitely did a number mentally on whoever I'm reading for, but there's a chance here energetically when we put up our boundaries, okay, when we stop this hostile energy, when we stop being angry and hurt, we understand that our souls, and another 10, geez, we understand that our souls agreed to receiving that lesson in that way. Otherwise, it would have never gotten our attention in the first place if it wasn't something big enough, if it wasn't a soul connection big enough to wake our butts up. Okay. So maybe we were a little naive here in the past. Maybe we didn't know at a dark night of the soul, we're stuck in the pain of something because that we're still pointing fingers of blame rather than understanding what is it that I need to learn? What fear am I not facing? What fear am I hiding from? She says, don't hide, come out and play. Come out and play. Does that look like playing to you? Looks like fun to me. In reverse, it's coming out to play, but this time stronger, pushing back what isn't for our best and higher good, and letting go of the hurt and anger of this. Okay. It's hard. If it was easy, everybody would let go of pain and anger like that. Just like that. Lots of eights. 8 and 8, 16 there on our oracle cards, the tower energy. And it does feel like, oops, I did it again a little bit of Brittany. There. You know, it's those lovers connections. I knew, I get it. It's very hard to resist. But if we go into that reunion without being healed, still hiding or holding onto fear and pain, then we're going to miss this opportunity to take action on setting those burdens down. We're going to miss the opportunity to take action on balancing our yin and yang evenly. Surrender to our own happiness and possibilities open, especially freeing ourselves from whatever this pain and anger. We can turn it into the 10 of Pentacles is the pinnacle of it's all 40 cards of the minor arcana rolled into one. And this is coming from the universe, okay, ancestors, when we step into this independent frequency here. Okay. I do kind of want to peek here. Strength, Ace of Cups. There it is. 3 of Swords. What are you trying to bookending here? What wrong are we holding on to? What are we wrestling? What pain are we wrestling? What betrayal are we wrestling here? Betrayal, betrayal. Balancing that energy sets the Wheel of Fortune, divine timing in motion. Page of Wands, or excuse me, Knight of Wands energy is all about creative energy, going after something with passion. Maybe we feel like it had been a while for passion, perhaps, and our boundaries were just easily crossed. And we pissed our own selves off because, damn it, I knew better kind of energy. Yeah, and then the center of the story, the plot, the guts of this is all about turning that gold into something new, pouring into our own heart's cup to heal this betrayal energy, wrestling our own mental demons. This is a fear of heartbreak here. And if you are trying to wrestle with that right now, then this reading is speaking to you and imploring you you can only start with your own energy first. It always starts with our own selves, surrendering to what is and not what we hoped that it would be, or we convinced ourselves that it was when it weren't. Perhaps. Okay. I was looking for the other nines because of that 9 of Pentacles, and that would be daytime prison turning into nighttime prison there regarding where's my strength, 10 of Swords, then the Ace of Cups, 3 of Swords, and the where's my end, oh, right here, that would be coveting, holding on to heartbreak. 10-9, I like the regression back. Okay, I would say, again, this is 8 and 9 of Swords, guys, situation, and the outcome is up to you. It depends if you want to pour into the old story of my cup is empty, hands are empty, or do we want to see that that cup has been half full the whole time and that this painful lesson was for our growth? We weren't meant to hang on and covet this fear forever. Okay, up to you. But an Ace of Cups is being called for here, and it depends what can rise us up. See how she's levitating up. What rises us from 8 swords up out of nighttime, 9 swords, is your cup, how full or empty? Okay. King of Pentacles follows. There would be Taurus moving out of stagnation, all these roots, and moving forward at 27 degrees 27, the 99 of it all. Would you rather have 9 of Pentacles independence, or would we rather rise up out of this mental anguish here? Okay, I know I don't want to be stuck in 9 swords. I need my sleep. You have trouble sleeping as it is. This is, guys, all about, it doesn't have to be this painful. That is a choice. Our own joy is our responsibility. Our own yin and yang is our own responsibility. That's how timing, divine timing, gets activated. No matter what betrayals or heartache caused it, figure out what was that there to teach you. Okay. And for whoever I'm reading for here, it looks like this was a big old lesson about boundaries. Okay. Let me get your all signs out here. My question is going to be advice for overcoming stagnation. I feel like our advice here, we are in Aquarius stellium season here, big time. And it is all about the swords energy, 5, 6, and 7. We're in the 6 of the sun, about halfway through the 6 of Swords energy of healing and spirit trying to guide us toward that healing. Okay, 57. You might be 57 years old. That is a 12 of the Hanged Man, flipping the script. Freedom from the script. Okay. And I had, oh yeah, I did write that. I thought so. This 66 energy of communication, our mental prison, how we communicate, what we are telling ourselves. My cup is empty. Okay, for example. Numbers that are different but the same, we can rewrite, we can flip that script. 66 is a 12, seeing that pain or heartache from a new perspective, understanding that that dark night of the soul was for our spiritual growth. 44 on the timer. Okay, so if this reading is for you, you're flipping the script here. And how you do that is by believing in yourself. Okay. You're not the squirrel without the nut. So move your butt and believe yourself. Maybe on the dance floor even. Okay, so another double here, 44. And that's about reclaiming your power. Okay, so if this reading is that's sums up everything we were talking about here. Environmental energy of the 20, the 10 tens. This and that are true, coming out of the mental anguish of or. Okay, that person creamed me with 10 swords. They betrayed me. Therefore, I don't love them. Well, not moving forward, we've learned how someone has treated us there, but just because their pain was projected onto you doesn't mean there wasn't love. Not healthy love, because those are two people that are in an imbalanced energy. Okay. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it was betrayal. Yes, it was love. Yes, two souls, dolphins mate for life. Two souls decided for this spiritual journey, whoever I'm talking to, it doesn't have to be your reading. Certainly, if you didn't have a reunion here in the recent past with a lover, the heart of the reading doesn't have to be yours. Don't take it if it doesn't resonate. Okay. But this and that are true. Yes, it was terribly painful, but yes, it also taught me this high spiritual lesson of how to find my joy and what my real joy is, how to believe in myself, how to comfortably put up boundaries here and not just go saying yes too quickly, slowing down and putting up those boundaries so that we don't end up being pissed with ourselves or hostile towards ourselves or carrying that pain for the rest of your life, right? Isn't that what's that saying? It's like swallowing poison but expecting the other person to get sick or die, right? Okay. Let's look at the rest of our signs here. So that was for this reading for the Aquarian Sun and Stellium energy affecting us all. What about for Pisces? Advice for Pisces, please and thank you. I've got a fitting tonight. I'm going to be in a runway show for charity. Very excited. Girlfriend Adrian has a clothing line called She, and I'll let you know about it when I know more. Okay, well. All right, Pisces, I'm taking the first card, 14, Temperance, turning pain into wisdom, or our North Node of Destiny is right now. Even if you're not out of that pain yet, acting as if, get in the vibrational frequency of what it is that you want to receive so it can be received. Of course, crow spirit there, co-create with spirit. Starfish, regenerating your energy, another 14. And the 50 of rhino spirit, overcoming any obstacles. Path of change, freedom from the old script. Co-create something new with this spiritual awakening there here, Pisces. Environmental energy, frog spirit, another 10. Clearing out the clutter, manifesting from a place of power. All right, well, okay, Aries, anxious to jump right out of the gate, another 8. Aries is like, I'm balanced. I got my 8. Life is a mystery. So embrace the unknown. So Aries, for the mutable moon here, you are coordinating with that and your energy here, wherever Aries sits in your chart. Nothing is set in stone, but embrace uncertainty, because that's what life is all about. We don't get to know the whole way. We just got to follow our joy, and that is the lesson of it. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what's surrounding you there. More change with the 41 energy. Love is all around us. It starts with the self. Taurus. Moving out of that 27 degrees, 27. Going, stationing direct. Stagnation, shake up. This one here. Okay, whale spirit. 65 is an 11 energy. Continuing from Pisces, trust the great mystery. Whales for me are the high priestesses of the ocean. So Aries understand it's a mystery, charges forward, and Taurus needs to learn how to trust that inner knowing. And surrounding you environmentally, 35, another 8, spirit has a plan. Okay, trust in the great mystery here, Taurus. A mature woman being reawakened to romance is where the planet of shock and surprise has moved direct today. Well, I think that's tonight. What time is that going to be? 9:32 p.m. 9 and a 5 is 14. That's the tempering pain into wisdom. Okay. Gemini here, stag spirit. We saw that here in the near future. Take the lead. Okay, Gemini, we also saw the opportunity is to get back in balance and take ownership and leadership here. And then we have elephant. I just talked to a friend about elephant today. I even sent her a text of Peg's deck. I think that was communication. Okay, take the lead here, possibly on communication here, Gemini. Learn from the past, the 25 or 7 energy. Environmental energy, be at home, the wombat. All these 14s, guys, wow. Okay, be at home within your own self. All right, let's see here. So, Aquarius, make sure I'm getting it right here. Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and I want to come back over to air Gemini. Okay. All righty. Let's look at Cancer. Cancer energy, please, and thank you. To go with this chameleon acting as if. Let's finish the water trine. Okay, we've got the scarab beetle, past life, soulmate energy, magic works through you. And then we have the energy of the Empress here, fox spirit. There's that 9 that you're coming in having learned some kind of very long lesson, thinking on your feet. Environmental energy, turtles or soulmate energy for me. 62 may be relevant, or an 8. Slow and steady wins the race. We got to go up that one step at a time there, Cancer. What about Leo? Matching up with the bobcat spirit here of Aries, trining in that energy. Leo showed up an awful lot in the cards today. Again, that deer energy, bring a gentle touch, okay? Especially since we did not see the Empress come out with the Emperor. There's the peacock I was pointing out on the door to healing and personal happiness, there where the rainbow ends. So with this full moon in Leo coming to fruition, what was going on July 24th? What are you letting shine now? 46 is a 10. What are you setting down? Okay. Knowing you are never alone here, especially if this was a lover's energy here that woke you up, and maybe it's not happening right now because unbeknownst to you, especially if you are new to tarot, that yin yang energy in ourselves is the only thing that magnetically attracts the yang energy to heal in the same way. And Leo, allow spirit to be your guide. We have this hawk of change, 32, surrounding you. Okay, ease up there a little bit. Don't be so hard on yourself with this full moon energy in Leo. What about for Virgo here? Virgo energy, please. Lining up with the Taurus energy of trust, the great mystery. Virgos, advice for Virgos, please, for overcoming stagnation. That one right there. Be playful. Don't hide. Come out and play. Okay. And there's all the healing energy of the lotuses, 51 energy, reflecting the energy of the heart of the reading, the lovers. Okay. Be playful. Follow your joy. And Virgo, surrounding energy of the four, time to let go of doing the most here, possibly letting go of an emperor energy. That's Mars action. That's my Aries card. Mars, though, did also traditionally rule Scorpio. What about here for Libra? Coming back to the air energy. For Libras, what are you overcoming? Advice for overcoming stagnation or stagnant energy. Okay, snake spirit tried to stay in reverse here. 55 energy, double change. Take time to heal, shed this old skin. But Libra was kind of like, no. I don't want to shed that old skin. I like me just as I am. There's nothing wrong with you, Libra. It's just what mental energies are we shedding here? What has been on repeat there up in your brain? 47, there's your number, Libra, of justice, 10, 2, and 11. Use your mind wisely. Get out those swords there, Libra. Okay, get out, come out of that cave. All right, what about for Scorpio here? Got a 14 for water energies, a 7. Advice for Scorpio about overcoming stagnation. Getting 6s in the shuffle. 4, there's a 10 top. Parrot spirit, watch your words. 45 is a 9 there. So 579, perhaps look up that angel number. I'm coming back to the rainbow energy though. Okay, where are you flying? What are you healing? What words are we telling ourselves here that we've lost our magic somehow? Nope, you haven't. Surrounding you, overcome any obstacles. The stagnation's energy, right? 5 of change, and that change is supported with a new leap of faith, and that is spiritual protection for that change there, Scorpio. Okay, and Sagittarius here. Sagittarius in our fire trine energy. Sagittarius, advice for overcoming stagnation. Owl spirit, you see clearly now. Now being the key word, if you didn't before. 8, 9, and 7. Sounds like a phone number. 897 exchange. Don't know who that's for or if it's for anyone, but there you have that. You do see clearly now here. Okay. Saggy, the great white owl. You may want to look up that spirit animal. Okay, yeah, the white. Okay, trust in the magic. White raven, there's our double 6s. And that came up for Mercury communication, 24 degrees, 06 minutes. Flip the script here, Sagittarius, or because you see something clearly now, you're able to flip that script. And lastly here, Capricorn. Happy birthday to my Aquarians, my second deacon Aquarians. Let's finish up here with Capricorn. What advice do we have here for overcoming stagnation? Use your mind wisely here, Capricorn, the 47 energy. And I think that was surrounding Libra's energy. Okay. And the bottom of the deck, wow, an 11 and then a 22. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Okay, shock of Uranus. We already went into Aries, Neptune and Aries. So things are going to become clearer. Okay. And I think you're going to think twice here this next time about letting those boundaries done. It feels like Capricorn here is like when pigs fly, they get another chance until they're healed. So again, soulmate energy there for me with the dragonfly. Truth transcends illusion. Soulmates don't always teach us in the most fun ways, as I know. Okay. I feel ya. I feel ya. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be me for tonight, right there at an hour in, looks like hour even and 37 seconds. So 10010. All right, that'll be it for me. I'll post a reading tomorrow for Wednesday, and then I'll see you live Thursday night for our subscriber date night. Love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.